Hey friends. So I went into this review unaware of some of the in the background detail-y stuff that has since come to light about Blizzard changing their custom-made user map policy and stuff. I'm angry, I'm disappointed, but I'm not going to remake the video because it's already been made. But if I sound less optimistic in future videos, there is a reason for that. I posted a video to my page. I also encourage you to check out Jim Sterling's video where he talked about this earlier in the day. But at any rate, friends, let's have a little bit of fun and look at something nice before it gets spoiled. I hope you enjoy the video.
Why are you poking me again?
Hello, friends. Well, Warcraft 3 Reforged is here, and I'm just enough of a trend-chasing jerk that I'm gonna try and make some money off of it. And so that you can be an informed consumer before purchasing the remastered version of Warcraft 3. So, we're gonna be taking a look at this Reforged version of the game, which incidentally gives me a chance to redo my previous reviews since my reviewing style has improved and I've learned how to condense the story down a lot more. So think of this as a reforged version of my old reviews. Now, I'm going to be a lot harder on some of this only because this is new Blizzard. Not old Blizzard, this is Activision Blizzard. So if they drop the ball with this re-released version of the game, it's their fault. Well, at any rate, let's get right into it, shall we? And we're not off to an amazing start, as it's pretty clear they're using the original cinematics rather than doing updated versions of the originals like they did with the opening. Well, in that case, if Blizzard's going to get to be lazy and reuse their old footage, guess what? I'm going to do the same thing too. Warcraft 3 follows up on the events of Warcraft 1 and 2, during which an army of orcs used a magical portal to invade from another world into the world of Azeroth. An alliance of elves, dwarves, and men rose against them and ultimately defeated the orcs and closed the portal, which ended up trapping the orcs in the world of Azeroth. The alliance, not wanting to commit wholesale genocide, instead decided to place them into internment camps. However, that goes about as well as it always does. Alright, enough of that. Well, the orcs are now the Orcish Horde, and they're being led by Thrall, son of Duratan, whose dreams are filled with visions of doom. However, a talking raven informs him that there are answers to be found in the wilderness, which starts us out nicely on our tutorial mission. And I gotta say, the graphics are definitely improved, which is a big selling point, and a welcome return are the voiced instructions, to help anybody new with the game get up to speed.
Very good. The path to the next banner leads through a black area. This black area represents terrain that has not been discovered yet.
Always appreciated by a dyslexic cosplayer like myself. So we pick up some allies and continue to explore this brave new world. As we continue to explore the wilderness, we get to see that Thrall's kind of racist.
Forest trolls. I still can't believe they were ever a part of the Horde.
To be fair, they were kind of integral to your army previously, but I guess you're just too good for them now. Well, eventually we find that talking raven, and it turns out to be a person, describing himself merely as the Prophet. He reveals to Thrall that his visions of doom are accurate foretellings of the future, and that the demon masters that the orcs once served will be returning. More on that in the main orc campaign. But the only hope that the orcs have is to flee the lands of Lordaeron and seek out the distant lands of Kelemdor, and Thrall's the man to do it. Or orc in this case. Anyway, before picking up on the next level, we can see the new score screen, and it is a definite improvement. Very cinematic. I also like the added new difficulty of story mode, since that means I don't have to cheat as much. Mostly. Well, it's a couple days later, and Thrall has managed to gather together most of the orcs, though he's still waiting to hear from Grom Hellscream. Though that's hardly a surprise, being as Grom is impetuous and often willful. So while we wait to learn what's up, we have to build a base. And I really love all the added new details they've really put into this. I never thought watching a worker walk back and forth from a gold mine would be this pretty. I also appreciate them giving each building their own unique build animations. Not a strictly necessary improvement, I grant you, but as a returning player, I certainly enjoy watching buildings being built far more now than I did previously, if only because they put so much more work into it. Nice job. Well, after we've managed to get everything fully established, that's when the big bad alliance shows up to ruin the party. It seems they don't take kindly to Thrall busting out all of the orcs, since it's much harder to oppress them when they're not in internment camps. And they took Grom Hellscream captive somewhere off-screen. So you know what that means? Time for a good old-fashioned jailbreak. So we deal with the humans that are in our way, and we go to rescue Grom. Alright, let's let him out of there. Grom, buddy!
Hi, Thrall. I hate to have to admit I needed your help.
It's alright, man. We're getting out of here. We're leaving the humans forever.
Funny you should say that. There are these ships here. We can steal them and that'll make it much easier.
Wow, what a coincidence. Now if you could just turn your theme music down, we'll be ready to roll.
I make no promises, Thrall.
Well, with that all sorted out, Thrall and the orcs are on their way to the lands of Kelimdor. Well, all in all, that was pretty fun, and the tutorial level did a really good job at getting you up to speed on how the basic gameplay mechanics work. I guess next up is the human campaign, so stay tuned for tomorrow when we'll be putting that episode up on... Why is there a continue screen? Well, this is an interesting surprise. They decided to include the bonus levels you got as part of the demo version of this game. Wow! Since this was the basic story I fell in love with when I first started playing Warcraft 3, this should be fun. At any rate, so what happened was, despite being a shaman, Thrall managed to run them directly into a storm, and now they're semi-shipwrecked on a nearby island. The ships are fixable, but it seems that somebody's been spying on them. Oh great, it's a bunch of trolls. Everybody play it cool, they may not know we hate them all already.
I be Sinjin, leader of the trolls. This island used to be ours alone, but no more. You and your friends must be careful. The humans established an outpost on this island some time ago.
Humans?
Well, are you serious? Really, is there nowhere safe from them pale skins? Alright, well we'll try and get out of your hair as soon as possible. Filthy spear chuckers. As we explore the island, we find a healing spring that's been corrupted by poisons from below, but there's a chance that we can purify it and make use of it. Sounds like a side quest. Okay, let's go. So one distinct difference between this game and World of Warcraft is you find exactly the questing items you're looking for where they're at instead of having to kill tons of trash mobs. And killing trash mobs in this game is actually not too bad since they're all so much prettier than they used to be. I really like the fact they took the time to give them distinct different looks so that you can tell them apart easier, rather than just being slight colored reskins. Well, after killing some of the local wildlife, we're able to find all the components necessary, and with the help of Sinjin, we're able to purify the healing spring. If only that's how environmentalism normally worked, we wouldn't be having a problem. Hell, Ted Nugent would be a great environmentalist if that's how it worked. As thanks, Sinjin gives us a bunch of healing wards that we can use to heal ourselves in the field. Always appreciated. But it's inevitable that we end up having to come into conflict with the humans, so we're forced to destroy their base. Unfortunately, actions have consequences. Wait, what is this nonsense? Fish people? What, seriously? Fish people coming out of the bleeding ocean? That's not fair!
Your meddling magics will no longer interfere with our plans, land dweller.
Seijin, I don't know how this is your fault, but this is why I'm being dragged underground! Never trust a troll! So, yeah, in the grand scheme of things, not looking great for our heroes. It turns out that the trolls have been aware of these murlocs that have lived underneath the sea for some time. They occasionally capture them and sacrifice them to some sort of sea witch that they worship as a god. And should they ever fail to appease her, the island will sink into the ocean. Just a thought, but I think that might be more as a result of the inevitable volcanic instability that is already present, but that's beside the point. But Thrall's not having any of this and stages another jailbreak. I'm starting to think he's a master of that. Now, I do want to point out another cool highlight I discovered only at this point. They allow you to stack the same items multiple times! I know that sounds kind of silly, but this is one of those quality of life improvements that really makes a big difference. I actually find myself looking for basic health and mana potions, so I have plenty to stack up for later. So now the rest of the level is just wandering around and rescuing the rest of our fellow prisoners so that we can escape. And with any luck we can find Sinjin so we can repay him for luring us into this trap.
Senjin!
You filthy fish, man! How dare you kill him! I was gonna kill him! The only good troll's a dead troll! And now he's already dead! I'm gonna destroy you! Roar!
The vision told me you would lead my people off this island.
I mean, yeah, after what you did, they owe me! Come on, lads! Unfortunately, it becomes pretty apparent that that sea witch, yeah, she's real, and she's not terribly thrilled. So it's gonna be interesting once we get topside. Now, I do always find it slightly interesting how we've decided to canonize this as it was a Naga controlling the Murlocs here, since in the original game she was just a basic Banshee model they had probably lying around the office. So, I don't necessarily mind the change, but it does remove at least some of the mystery. And she's now decided, since they've denied her sacrifice, she's going to drown the entire island in the ocean. A little bit of an overreaction, lady, just saying. Though I get the sense this may be a certain amount of spin doctoring, since the volcano on the island has decided to erupt, and that may be what's actually causing the island to sink. Fortunately, repairs on the boats are going well, and I do like the added little detail of putting the peons on little rowboats to do the work. That's kind of cute. Since that was not present in the original cinematic depicting this scene, unfortunately. Well, it's time for your standard hold-up mission, as we have to hold the line while making repairs on the ships. This should be fun. Alright lads, we can do this! Hold the line! For blood, honor, and where did you come from? No. This day's just getting worse and worse. When do we start fighting rock giants? I'm out. Let's just get on the boat and go. But we're able to hold the line long enough to be able to board the ships and make good our escape. Yay! And I do like the end cinematic being updated and improved, though it's not strictly necessary, it is really pretty. And that concludes the opening tutorial levels of Warcraft 3 Reforged. As a returning fan who's always had a love for Warcraft, and especially Warcraft 3 in particular, they did a really good job with this. I, for one, really enjoyed getting to see the demo getting the love and treatment it deserves, since that was how many people like I were first introduced to the idea that Warcraft 3 was a thing. Again, I'm a little disappointed that they decided to make her a Naga instead of just a random sea spirit thing, but that's a minor nitpick, I admit. And I really like the fact that they kept all of the original voice lines for the most part, and I think they even used some unused ones later in the rest of the campaign. I don't know, I'm literally making these videos as fast as I can and haven't had a chance to play the whole game yet. I hope you continue watching and enjoy what I'm doing, since I'm going to be trying to do a video every day of all of the different campaigns from both this and the rest of the Reforged collection. Well friends, stay tuned as we go on to the Human campaign. Ta for now.
You're the king? Well, I didn't vote for you.
Oi, friends! It's your buddy Thrall here! I know a good thing when I see it, being a Farsi and all, and if you're enjoying the content you're watching here, check out some of the other stuff made by Dyslexic Cosplayer. He does tutorial videos, he's also done classic sci-fi reviews, whatever those are, as well as other video games. He even makes his own movies! By the spirits, that's a lot of dedication! If you're interested in supporting him, check out his Facebook or Patreon page. Links are likely to be found somewhere in the runes down below. Alright, until next time, it's your friendly neighborhood Thrall here.